everybody, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, I thought it would be a good idea to take you guys through what I'm currently doing with my own training in the gym. I've got a few things going on, so as always, I'm always trying to build strength, build muscle, stay fit, generally make sure my body feels like it's moving nicely, injury free, all that kind of stuff. That's the general reason behind my gym stuff. Recently I've kind of switched over from more of your typical bodybuilding, strength training type splits and delved a bit more into kind of a bit more of a CrossFit-y style of training, and I'm actually really enjoying it. So what I thought I'd do in today's video is take you guys through one of the workouts that I'm currently doing and giving you an idea of what it is that I do. As well as that, recently I've had this real kind of urge to want to go out and do some more competitive type stuff. So as well as the stuff inside the gym, what I've been doing is going out and running a lot more and trying to build up that kind of cardiovascular capacity, very much from a running standpoint, because what I want to do in the future, in the near future, maybe a bit too late for this year, is to sign up for the London Marathon or some kind of marathon. But what I want to make sure is that I can combine the two, make sure the strength training, kind of CrossFit-y side of stuff, making sure that I'm getting stronger in the gym, still building muscle, maintaining muscle, liking what I see in the mirror, and not sacrificing that to go into the marathon training and necessarily ending up with maybe like a typical runner's physique of very lean and maybe not carrying so much muscle. So it's trying to balance the two, and that's what I'm currently doing at the moment. So I'm going to run you guys through a current gym workout, what I did yesterday, recorded it all, and I'm just going to do a little voiceover and talk you through what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, how I'm enjoying it, break it down, and then we'll go from there. So just had breakfast, 4 boiled eggs, half an avocado. In the mornings to try and keep breakfast more kind of like lower carb and fat based. I just feel like, one, it feels more filling, 2, I think I have a little bit more energy at the beginning of the day. What I notice is as soon as I kind of introduce carbs into my day, which normally I'll have, maybe if I'm doing a workout, I have it around lunchtime if the workout's sort of either before or after lunch, just to give that bit of energy for that workout. But what I do notice, as soon as I start to introduce the carbs, then sometimes I tend to maybe feel a little bit more tired as the day goes on. So that's why I try and keep them for later on in the day. 1, from like an energy standpoint, but 2, if you have carbs, say at dinner time, you're more likely to sleep better that evening. Kind of refueling and filling up your kind of glycogen stores for the next day. But this is just the sort of breakfast that I typically like. I find it very filling and it ties me over. So next up I'm going to go out and walk the dogs, and then going to get into that voiceover for you guys through the workout when I get back. Okay, so back from walking the dogs, and now we're going to run through the workout. So what we're going to do, we're going to head into the voiceover. Okay, so we started off by getting nice and warmed up, and this is 3 rounds for the warm-up. What we're doing, I don't know why I was saying me, what I was doing was wall walks, so coming into a handstand position, walking your feet up the wall and gradually walking your hands closer into the wall. Now I find this a great way for working on shoulder stability and strengthening all through the shoulders, and just getting your shoulders and everything warm prior to the rest of the workout, particularly if you're doing a lot of upper body pressing movements. In the past, I've had issues with my shoulders, like quite a long time ago now, but things like this is what keeps them healthy and in good condition, so that, you know, you can keep exercising and keep making progress in the gym without getting hurt. It may look dangerous, but as long as you take your time, it's a good way to warm up the shoulders. Okay, then we came into like one of my favorite shoulder and chest stretches. Again, it's mainly my left shoulder that gives me jip, gets a bit tight, and I find this a really good stretch for opening up all through the shoulder, all through the upper back. I don't actually know what this is called, but all you simply do is prop your leg, lay on your side. I using a foam roller if you have one, or you can use a pillow, or just anything that kind of keeps that hip in line so your knee isn't caving down to the floor. And then you're just making semicircles with your arm, trying to get as far as you can round and keeping your fingertips as close to the floor as you possibly can. Now, a lot of people, if they're tight through their shoulders, it's normally when you get to about over the top of your head, your hand might struggle to keep on the floor. But the other key to this is making sure that you keep your leg pressed against the roller, because it's tempting to kind of lift that off so that you can get further round. And I'll just do 10 repetitions on each side. And again, after this, your shoulders just feel really nice and loose. So then when you're coming into other movements, you don't kind of feel like they're all clicky and clunky. And if you have problems with your shoulders, I'd recommend doing a stretch like this probably every single day, definitely before every single workout. After that, I wanted to get a good stretch all through my lats and my back and just loosening off, because I knew I was going to be doing some kind of overhead pressing stuff. So I just wanted to make sure that I kind of had that mobility and that range of motion. So what we're doing here is dumbbell pullovers, but slightly different. I was holding for like 5 seconds or more down at the bottom, letting the dumbbell kind of pull my arms down and really get a good stretch all through your lats and all through your back, and then just bringing it back up and doing that for like 10 repetitions with like a 5-second hold, and you're just going to feel it really stretching all underneath your armpit. Then coming into the main part of the workout, which was going to be power cleans, and I'm working up to a heavy single with this. So starting off with as many warm-up sets as I've kind of felt necessary to get to a point where I felt comfortable to go to the heaviest weight possible and do a single. So starting off here with just 5 kilos on each side, so 30 kilo bar in total. And yes, that did slam down and roll into my shin just then, which absolutely killed at the time, but kind of styled it out. But I've got a nice little bruise for it now. And this is now just working on building that strength, building those compound movements. It can be a tricky exercise to learn how to do, but as long as you've got the foundations of other exercises, a good strong front squat, and you know how to get into a decent deadlift position, then it's quite simple. And you need to have the flexibility to kind of do a front rack position, so getting your elbows nice and high and being able to hold the bar comfortably through that movement. And then just gradually with this one, just progressing up in weight until, like I said, I felt warm enough and comfortable enough to go for that heavy single. Then we came into another compound movement, but this time it was going to be a 10-minute EMOM, which is every minute on the minute. 3 repetitions, and in total on the bar, what we got there, 50 kilos in total, and 3 hang cleans, not snatch,
3 hang cleans into a push press. Okay, so hang clean and then straight into a push press. And by the end of the 10 minutes, this was getting pretty damn tasty on the shoulders, let me tell you that. You can start to feel it all through your upper back, your traps from where you're doing the clean, and then the press obviously through the shoulders. So you want it to kind of be a heavy enough weight so that as you're starting to get on to sort of minute 6, minute 7, it's starting to feel, you know, like you're really having to drive with those legs into the push press. But a great way of building stronger shoulders, and also gets your lungs burning a little bit when you kind of do these EMOM stuff. Then after that, moved into some kind of more hypertrophy based stuff and accessory stuff, starting with banded pull-ups. Now 10 repetitions, we did 3 rounds in total of this, but the reason I was using a band was, one, you know, I'm not the greatest at pull-ups. I can do 10 repetitions, but actually it's more like I've got like a little bit of tendonitis on the sort of inside of my elbow, and pull-ups without a band really seem to sort of irritate it. So I wanted to use the band just to assist a little bit more, to kind of go a bit easier on that elbow. And then from there went into 10 knee raises. I would do leg raises, but the problem is the pull-up bar is too close to the sort of neighbouring wall, so I can't extend my legs out straight. But they're great for building a core and lower abdominals. And then after that, we went into 10 overhead tricep extensions with a dumbbell. So just kind of trying to build those triceps, which is going to have a knock-on effect to any of those overhead pressing movements and stuff like that.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning into today's video. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. And comment below if you have any questions. If there's any particular content maybe you'd like to see in the future, then smash that comment section below. Smash that comment section below. Like, just write a comment below. Don't know, because I was thinking about smash that like button. Anyway, so that's a typical workout for me. Like I said, combined with the running at the moment, trying to increase my running capacity and get better at running longer distances. Something that I've never properly focused on is really trying to push that running and get better at going longer distances, 10k more, and just working towards being able to be like, right, I'm going to sign up for the marathon. Like I said, probably too late to jump into this year's marathon now. I don't know if you could even get space, but there's also a couple of things that we want to do before that. I say we because there's a couple of things that me and Katie have got to get sorted before I apply for that marathon spot, which is going to potentially affect how I apply for that marathon spot for, say, next year's marathon, or maybe we'll pick not the London Marathon, but a marathon at a different city in the UK if there's one coming up later in the year. I don't know, but we'll look into it, we'll have a look. But like I said, there's a couple of things we've got to do before we make that happen. So watch this space, because it's going to be some big news and exciting stuff for the future that me and Katie are going to be working on together. Like I said, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys as always. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.